Alrighty then, welcome back to another draft, and I've opened a pack with not a lot to discuss, sadly. Assuming the life finale were not there just for the sake of discussion, I would probably take Artillerize because I like removal, as you may or may not know, depending on whether you read my article. Um, and yeah, there's not really that much else in the pack. I don't really like Force Worship. I don't like not being able to attack because you want to put it on their biggest guy, which then means you can't attack. So it's only really good in a deck that's just all flies and unblockables, which admittedly is fairly easy to do if you're going blue-white, but still, I'm not a big fan of Force Worship. So yeah, the pack's fairly empty. I mean, I guess the next card to go will be Artillerize and some mixture of Worship, Verdict, Vapor Snag, such a Priest, but there's really not a lot in the pack. So I'm going to take the big bomb and run with that. Try and force black, because when you get a card that good, you pretty much have to. And speaking of forcing black, Entomb Exarch is one of my favourite cards in the set. I just love the fact that it's never bad, pretty much. Um, and when you have cards like Lights Finale, it's good to be able to know that it's not going to get countered. So checking the hand is really good. Porcelain Legionnaire is obviously a strong card, but again, it's a card I don't really like because it's fairly aggressive. I mean, it can be good on defense as well, but I also don't really like the fact that it opens up the chance for their cards to be much better. So stuff like Embersmith might not have targets, but by playing this, you give them the targets. Stuff like the 2/1 Goblin that pings as well. I can't remember the name. The common from Besieged. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to take Exarch because, like I said, we want to cut black at this point because of the finale. We want to take black as much as possible, and this card is basically never bad. So let's try and draft a control deck, like I always do. This pack is fairly good. There's three cards I'm looking at here. There's Artillerized, Shrine of Burning Rage, and Spy Monitor. If I was going to take one of the red cards, or red so to speak, I'd take the Shrine because it obviously goes in a non-red deck too. I'm just wondering if I would rather take Spy Monitor because I do really like Spy Monitor. And the fact that, but I mean, Shrine's not that good if you're not in red. And having passed double Artillerize, I'm guessing the person to my left will be in red. So basically, do I want to? Because I mean, we're getting signals to go in red. That's the only problem. And Spy Monitor's not that good. I mean, it is kind of card I really like, but it's not as good as Shrine or Artillerize. I think I'm going to take Shrine. I have a 100% chance of playing Shrine. Just might not be particularly good, but yeah, I'm going to take Shrine. And that's a fairly late Porcelain Legion, even though I don't really like it. It's fairly late, and there's not a whole lot else in the pack. I think I like it over Spinethopter. And yeah, there's really not much else. Tanadon, you know my thoughts on that if you follow my articles and videos. And you know my thoughts on Force Worship because I just gave them. And again, it's just a case of which of the two Phyrexian mana guys am I going to take? And they're both bad for the same reasons, so I think I'm just going to take Legionnaire. And there is the Thopter. So maybe I should have taken the Thopter and gone blue-black. I mean, I still can. Obviously, Legionnaire doesn't commit me to white. I'm just wondering if I want to take Wellspring or Kilnwalker here. I do kind of like Kilnwalker. And I'm wondering if I like it more than Spinethopter. Just wondering if I should practice what I preach about not taking the X1s and not taking the purely attacking guys. I mean, Kilnwalker kind of is, but 3 toughness is quite relevant. No, I think I'm going to take the Thopter here. Then again, yeah, I think I'm going to take Thopter. Try and go blue-black control with some flyers. And I'm going to take Talisman here. There's not really much choice to be had. I really like Talisman, and it's basically that or a 6-drop that isn't that good. I mean, Toxinims are good finishers, but I've already got the good finisher. So yeah, I'm just going to take the Talisman, which is a card I really like. And we get another chance at Toxic Nim. Just wondering if it's better than Numbing Dose. then I'm not really a fan of either card. But I guess I'd rather face a Numbing Dose than a Toxic Nim. So, yeah, I'll take Toxic Nim. And here we have Psychic Barrier or Trespassing Soul Eater. I do quite like Soul Eater, but I also quite like Psychic Barrier. In the interest of mana issues though, because I already got a bunch of double black and I don't even know if I'm going to be in blue, so I guess I'll take the Grey Ogre. Ignoring the Sense Splicer and Phyrex and Hulk here. I've already got 2/6 drops and I don't really want to take the white card when I take a card I definitely play. And Vapor Snag, decent with Life Finale and Entomb Exarch in terms of returning my own stuff, and it's just a generally solid card. And I get another shot at Numbing Dose. But I also get another shot at Phyrex and Hulk, which I might go for. I don't think Cathedral Membrane's particularly good. And I like taking Phyrex and Hulk and then opening Treasure Mage, so I think I'll go for that. I mean, when you're blue-black, you don't really need bad removal, which Numbing Dose effectively is. Oh, rare draft here. No idea what this does. Oh, it's the card that turns into artifacts, isn't it? Yeah, I doubt I'll get combos with that going. So yeah, my deck's not looking too great at the moment, but we've got the bomb, the card to back it up, and some generally solid guys. Like, if we get some Proliferate, then we kind of... This gets a bit better. We'll play it anyway, because play it turn 2, it does present quite a scary clock. But other than that, like I said, the deck's looking fine, nothing amazing, but decent. Ballistic Shaman, that's the card I was thinking of earlier, couldn't think of the name. But we're not going to take it here. Our options would be White Sun Zenith is actually an option, because we don't actually have a second colour, really. We've got, I mean, we're ideally blue, but it's not set in stone. Other than that, we'd be taking the Pierce Strider, I think. We did see a few white cards, we saw a few Force Worships, but if the person to my right doesn't like them, like me, then that doesn't really tell us anything. Other than the options would be Quicksilver Geyser and Still Sabotage, but again, they are coloured and we're not necessarily in blue. So I think at this point, I would rather just take the card or definitely play the Pierce Strider. Although it's not too good, especially if I'm not particularly aggressive. Then again, yeah, I think I'm going to take it anyway. I'll just keep my options open, wait to get past a bomb in either blue or white and jump into it when it arrives. But we don't need to decide yet, because I'll just take this go for the throat and keep in black plus question mark. So yeah, there's not really much to discuss here. Very efficient removal is usually better than other things. And here we have a mostly empty pack. Throw of the Suns would let us splash something, but we're not really interested in doing that at the moment, considering we're basically monocolored for now. I think I might take it anyway. There's really not much here I'd want. I mean, there's Fuel for the Cause, but I'd rather not play that if I can avoid it. There's Gust Skimmer, which is decent, but my deck's not particularly aggressive. I guess with that Pierce Strider and the small guys, I could end up going aggressive. And yeah, I don't really want the Sphere, so I'll take the Gust Skimmer. For lack of better options more than anything. And here I get to take a Nested Ghoul. I used to like this card quite a lot, but I've realised since it's not actually that good. Because most of the time they just kill it and you get a 2/2, so you spend 5 mana to make a 2/2 and give them a trade that they've decided to make. So it's not that good, but I mean it's still decent. And I think it's better than a Messiah, so yep. And I guess Dross Ripper's better than Gust Skimmer, mostly. So I'll take that. Again, not really much else in the pack, it's just these two, and I prefer the 3/3 body to the 2/1. And Morbid Plunder is a card I quite like, especially with a Life's Finale in the deck, so I'll take that. Again, not really much else. Spin Engine's a card that is often quite scary, but I'm not going to hate it when there's a really good card for me. And we get an Oculus. Just wondering how aggressive I actually am here. Because Oculus, I've said before, is one of my favourite cards in the block. One of my favourite commons in the block. But should I take over Quicksilver Giza because it's not particularly aggressive? My deck is actually fairly aggressive here. Then again, I'm never unhappy with an Oculus. So yeah, I'm going to take Oculus. I've decided. Return it with Exarch and live the dream. Block, return. GG, thanks for playing. And I'm just going to take another 3-3 here. I have nothing that's good with Flare Husk. I've got no artillerizers or anything, so I'm just going to take another 3-3. And oh, not many people drafting blue because these both tabled. And I think I'm going to take the Giza here. I've got enough card advantage in the deck to make me not care about losing a card to tempo them. Which of these would bother me the most? I have no mountains, so I guess Concussive Bolt. I have lost to that before and it's always quite frustrating. Could be Unnatural Predation though. Yeah, that's probably more likely to annoy me. And I get to Fuel for Cause if I really want to anyway. So yeah, it does look like I'm blue-black here. In which case I'm glad I didn't take the White Sun Zenith. And I'm glad I didn't take that Quicksilver Geezer as well, because it tabled, so yeah, that all worked out fine. Turn the Tide is a card that, because I just passed on now, I didn't really think about it, I just took the Magnetic Line because it was rare. It's a card that I thought was really good when the set first came out, but it seems quite hard to get in a situation when it is good. But then when you do get in that situation, it's amazing, because people don't expect it anymore. But I think I have enough playables to not be that bothered about it at the moment. I can probably call this Hovermere as well. So that's actually 20 cards already. I mean, I suppose we could probably cut the Toxic Nim and the Fuel for the Cause. And what do we have here? We have Sky School and Trigon of Corruption as pretty much the only real options. And in which case I'm going to take the Trigon of Corruption. I don't actually have that much removal, and Trigon is very rarely bad. So yeah, I'll take that. I'll hope the solid's on tables and I get past an Arbalest, but other than that, there's not. I mean, this pack's fairly solid. There are quite a few good cards, but Trigon is the best one. Ooh, Scrap Melter. Which we, unfortunately, are not going to take, I think. I think we are happy with the blue we have here. It's unlikely we're going to get past better red than what we have. I think I'm just going to take the Neural Replica. I do quite like Replica. And Grasp of Darkness is always nice. Wouldn't mind that Scudder either, but removal is removal, and looks like we got pretty lucky after opening a black bomb and then black being open. So yeah. And do we have anything that's good with Flesh Allergy? We've got Oculus, and that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it anyway. I mean, and I've got Exarch and Morbid Plunder and General Card Advantage. And there's not really much else in the pack anyway, so yep, I'll take Flesh Allergy. I would have liked another Oculus, to be fair. I can never get enough Oculus, because the deck has turned into a slightly more control-y deck now. I wouldn't mind a Manamere, actually. I'd take an off-color Manamere now, because I've got so many 4-drops, and I don't really need the mana, considering I'm almost mono-black, just splashing blue for... Well, not really splashing, I guess I'll run like 6-7 islands, but still. I don't really need the colour off the mirror, so I'll take almost any... I'll take an off-color mirror over anything kind of semi-playable. And there's no mirror here, and also nothing semi-playable. I guess I'll take Bleak Coven Vampires, not too bad. I think that's better than hating a worm. Might be able to Metalcraft them out every now and then. So this is 23 now, this is a deck. And Which of these would I be most worried about? I think probably the Corpse Curve, because I've already seen one, and with all my removal and Wrath of Gods and stuff, I don't want them to start chaining. So yeah, I'll take that. I think that's more scary than a guy that relies on Metalcraft, especially in this block where it's quite hard to assemble Metalcraft. I think they designed that quite badly, where Metalcraft was fairly decent in the first pack, and then the next two sets don't have as many artifacts, so it's just really hard to draft Metalcraft. So basically, there's like one theme in the set, which is Infect, and that's quite hard to draft anyway. So the set is a bit like core set drafting. I think I can take the Wall of Tanglewood here. A defensive 2-drop is basically exactly what I need, but not one that costs blue, so I'm going to take the Barrage Ogre as a pure hate draft. I don't really want to play, as much as I like Plated Sea Strider, I don't really want to play it in this deck. So we're still looking at 24 cards. I'd have to cut one of these, and it would probably be a Dross Ripper. Just for the curve, mostly. I can't hide it though, because it'll hide the other one. Because Modo doesn't let you hide one card, as I have complained about before, if you're a regular watcher. But yeah, I'm happy with this deck overall. It's nice and controlly, it's got the bomb, it's got the card advantage to win the late game, and hopefully it's got enough small guys in removal to hold off in the early game. It's got the talisman as well, which I really like to keep you in the game. I think the deck I will most likely lose to will be the aggressive Infect deck with Cis Bearers and stuff, but again, not many of those decks exist. Well, Cis Bearers and Corpse Curves and that kind of thing. And in that case, I think I'm going to take this Untamed Might. I'm not too bothered about passing the Soliton, because if someone to my left did have an Arbalest, they would have taken this the first time, so I'm not going to play Soliton, and I don't need to hate it, because I've got a deck here, so... Well, I'm not going to play because I've got a deck here, and I don't need to hate it, because if they had an Arbalest, they would have taken it. And there's another Soliton in the next pack, so... Again, they would have taken that. I guess they'd already have a Soliton. Oh, someone did take the Soliton. In which case, someone might have Arbalest. Which of these most worries me? I guess the Skyguard. I don't have that many flying blockers. So yeah, I'll take that. Don't really want Bonds of Quicksilver. I've got Flesh Allergy to deal with big guys, not assuming the Life Finale doesn't get them. So again, I'm just going to keep hating these. I'm not going to play Bonds of Quicksilver in the main deck, and I don't really want it for the sideboard. And take the only playable. And we can pass the Echo Circlets. We are happy to play against those. So we didn't get the Manamere, but again, like I said, this deck looks decent. It's got a fair amount of inevitability and just generally good cards. Doesn't have that much removal for a blue-black deck, but I mean, it's got two really good 2-drop removals and Wrath of God, so should be fine. This is 22, so what am I missing? Oh, the Legionnaire, which I think I'll probably play. I mean, sometimes a turn 2 Legionnaire does just get there, and playing it wouldn't turn on my opponent's cards because I've already got Spine Sculptor and Gusskimmer in the deck. But then again, that does open up the question of, can I just cut all these and play without them? See if I can. Play the more defensive cards, which would be Hovermere, Dross Ripper, and I don't know after that. I could play 18 lands actually. Actually, no, I've got Pristine Talisman. My general curve is quite low. No, I don't like this. those cards aren't good enough to make that worthwhile. And just having flying blockers is not too bad, to be honest. And yeah, I'm happy with this. So I'll add some lands and submit. Suggested planes, obviously, because I've got the Legionnaire. So 11-6 in black's favour, or 10-7. I guess I don't actually need that much blue. I don't need to play this early. Innocuous turn 2 would be nice, but other than that, my blue is all activated abilities, really. I mean, Vapor Snag and Quicksilver Geyser are fine to play late. So yeah, I'll go with 11-6, and I will see you for the first round.